Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
I'm here all day.
Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. It was Anthony Averett who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here's Elliott. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Controlling the passing lanes.
Now Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check 52. 61. Match box. Right. Check.
Jackson now. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Here's the corner now. Watch the safety creep.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Looking deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. 3 down. 3 down. Shit.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
Jackson now. Going to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Let's go now. Wide read. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
2nd down at the 22-yard line.
Wait, 20.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Started the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming.
Wait, 29. Alpha. Alpha.
First throw now for the backup Brady. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 47. 48 for Mike. Let's go, team. Big. Go to 54. Go to 54. 36.
Prescott. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And it's fielded at the 34. 12 yards on the return that time. Possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And given the elements, this might have been what we would have expected, Charles. Scoreless into the second quarter.
The elements have definitely played a part in this game, a big part. And I think that both teams have been a little slow to adjust their playbook and start playing to whatever their strengths are in these conditions. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 3rd down.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Set, hut, go to base. 54 Mike. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Oh, charge. Mike's 54.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
50 seconds to Mike. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Jackson. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
You can't block me. Double time. Even. Go. Even. Let's go.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the gun, Jackson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick in the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Hey, 66. Hold 50.
The final shot before half for Brady. And he's going to go down again. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Wait, 20! Right now, let's go! You better be afraid of me! Sugar!
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Now Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
So we got man.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. Go. Quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line.
On 2nd down, Eckler. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here we go. Showing it. Showing it.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
The tackle made by Jalen Smith. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
Let's get it.
At the 35-yard line.
Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the pass. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Go.
They go play action with Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Stay with your man.
Now Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Blue down.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check 31.
Greystone, Travis. Alert!
Here's Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
No.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Get in the weight room. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. .4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91.
Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's Eckler. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length as his guys are back within a single score. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had the big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
That's caught at the 2. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Watch 80. Watch 80. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Now Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
1st down, and it's Pollard again. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Wait, set, 29, Alpha.
Pick up the ball. Check 4, check 4. Check.
Hey, Alabama.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Kill.
Go Bandit.
40, Mike, 40. On deck.
Check it.
Brady now on 1st down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Cooper was the target there.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Jackson. Going up top. And got his man complete. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 66 yards. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. On the ground, it's Eckler, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a one-score game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Ravens 24, Cowboys 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Brady. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
Light 22 is coming. 22 is coming. 61. Matchbox lights. Watch the screen. Bang. Bang.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as it